Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we have a iPhone 11 that is in dire need of a screen replacement. This is one of my friend's phones, and today we'll be fixing it for him. He had it for about 3 years and it's been through a lot. The case is, it's a decent case, but the phone's still broke in this case. Unfortunately, we're not going to be replacing the back. But even though this screen does look in immaculate condition, you can't even tell that there's any scratches on it. When we plug it in, let's see if it's going to happen on camera. It should. But you see that right there? You see it, right? There's that nice white line, and if we unplug it, so I'm gonna assume this is the batteries charging, batteries not charging screen. So that means the phone is still working. It's not fried or anything. My friend told me he dropped in water. It's been through a lot. Even you can tell the charging ports all. He only had this for 3 years. You can tell it's just all marked up on the sides too. Even the screen up here, I noticed when I was cleaning it a little bit yesterday, thing just splits apart like that, and that's the inner bracket there and all the Face ID. So he asked, can I just rip it off like this? I'm like, leave it, because if you rip it off, you're gonna lose Face ID. So we're gonna set him up. Here we got a iPhone 11 screen. I did my research. AI said this was the best one on Amazon quality-wise, and I also did, the stars, review, all that, and this is a pretty good screen, they said. So, it comes with some tools. Sometimes I use them, sometimes I don't. I'm not going to be using them today, but I might if I need them. Your waterproofing seal, we need this, even though the back is already cracked. Comes with that free screen protector included. Those are those two, and then our instructions. You could read them. This is going to be more of a in-person, though, repair. We're not really going to be using the instructions. So we're going to do this. So here we got our screen. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to move this box. And as you can tell, our screen is open to backwards. Warranty, 30 days, 3 years, yeah. And yeah, here's our screen. Looking pretty nice. Saying, yet again, the warranty, If you don't like all this markings, isopropyl alcohol, I'll take them right off. I'm going to do that today with them. But yeah, we're going to set that to the side there. And now we're going to bring back our phone. And first thing that you're going to do is, in the toolkit, you're going to take your green screwdriver with the green top, or the one that looks like a star on the bottom. We use that mainly to open up the bottom of the phone. There's 2 screws on the bottom. That's the first thing you're going to want to do. So we're going to take those out. If you have a toolkit, you might have to fiddle around with them, but it's the star one. So let's see again. Here comes our first screw. We're going to set that to the side. And now our second screw right on the bottom. We're going to hit it up with an unscrew. And there's a second screw. So once those 2 screws are out, you could try to get the screen out. I'm not saying it's gonna work, but you could try with the suction cup, and also the pry tool that they do supply to you. So we're gonna bring those 2 in. Let's see. I don't think it's that weak yet. But yeah, like this one, it actually happens. If it doesn't, right here, there's a little crease when I'm applying a little pressure to this. That means I can take my pry tool and pry in. And you see that it is giving a little room and start on the bottom. But if this is not happening for you, yeah, you want to heat up the bottom and really just the whole screen and go around with the hairdryer. And this one's going to be a little tricky though. It's struggling here. But yeah, you're going to want to open it up. When you're opening it, you want to first start slicing. I'm using my fingers here, but you could also use the pry tool. Like the camera side, see the camera side, this is where you don't want to start prying. So, you get the bottom in, and then you want to start working where the volume buttons are. And you see all that adhesive peeling off, if you, as much as you can get off, that would be the best. But we are pretty much in. I'm going to see if we can wiggle that out there. But yeah, this seal, this dust and waterproofing seal sure does look like it, did its job here. Even though, it did sustain, as I was told, some water damage. But my God, this thing is not looking. It's it's mangled a little bit with the screen. Let's see. You gotta be gentle here. We're out. And then see, like, as much of this you can get out, it'll be great. Don't just, like, cut it, because we're going to be reapplying a new one. So, as much as the old one you can get out by peeling it, that would be the best. So now once we're inside, yeah, there's a little water damage. I can see where it was. But it's looking, pretty good in here overall. So now we can take our second screwdriver. That would be in your lot. That would be the yellow one. It's like a plus. No, it's going to be like a weird... No, never mind. It's going to be like a star, like the green one. Green screwdriver again. You sure about that? No, the red, never mind. The red one that looks like a Y. This one, we're gonna need. I'm gonna yet again use my screwdriver. So that'll be a Y. Let's see if this might be a Y 0.6. Let's see. Yes, you're gonna get the red one, or if you have a toolkit, that's gonna be the Y 0.6. And you're going to take out these screws as I'm displaying here. So that's another one. And then right here, so this big bracket that you see all the cables going into, that's what we got to get into. Now you can either use your pry tool or your fingers. Either one works well. So now we got this bracket out, boom, just like that. And now we can go with the screen 1, 2, so now the screen's off. These two are less important. This is very important right here. This is for Face ID and all that communication. So we're gonna detach that. I'm gonna use my finger for this. And that is the Face ID earpiece, when you make the calls. And you can even see more of our rubber gaskets coming out here. This is where it looks like it was starting to fail. It's a little dirty there. But overall, it did a pretty nice job. And as much of this you can get out is the best, because we're going to be putting in a new one. So, the more old we can take out, the more safer and secure it's going to be. One. Okay. So here's our screen. Yet again, it looks in great condition, but it's just split like a Y. Look at that. It looks like the screwdriver we just used. But now we are in the phone. Thank God this is this is very simple what we're doing today. So now we can, while we have it open, yet again, if there's any black residue left around the frame, try and get that out, because and also, yet again, if you have like a towel or anything to wipe it off on, or if you can't get it off, that's fine. There's a little more here. And, you might be like, why, do we really have to do this? If you don't do this, if there's ever an issue again, or, you drop it in water by accident, your whole phone could break. You could be like, well, my phone wasn't like that. Before I dropped my phone in water like 1,000 times, by accident, when in the shower, I dropped it. Whatever, when I was washing my hands, fell in the sink when the water was still running, all that. If you don't manage this properly, that could be a major issue. Yet again, the easier it comes out, the better off it is. And, it might be time consuming, but it's worth it. Because those little things, noticeable. So yet again, we just have a little bit here. And there's a little bit more here. So yet again, you could either use the tweezers that come with it, or if you do have any regular tweezers, you can use those too. Sometimes those do work. They're working for me, and they might work out for you too. So it's whatever your personal preference is and whatever you find works best for you. Let's see here though. Looks pretty good. It's just a little dirty. this pick though. They gave me like a matte pick. Usually there's a better one. I got it. It's a lot more sharp, but pick is really, you know, just it helps break things up, like the pointy side. And you know, for anything that's left in here, it's really doing that final scan. Because if this is not flush, little accidents. And even yet again, you got like a Q-tip or something that could work too, but I'm not gonna fully trust it. This was actually the last rounded phone too on the sides. So you know, I know some people do prefer that, but now that we pretty much have it in a good place with the water seal where it's going to go, again, we're gonna move our phone to the side, and now you want your two screens right next to each other, the old one and the new one, because we got to transfer some internal components. So this earpiece speaker, we gotta transfer this over here. Trying to get this out of my way, but most of it did stick to the screen, which is good, because if it sticks to the body of the phone, that's more work for us. So now we got to switch it again to a flat head. This is 0.6. I want to put everything where it goes to. This is now the yellow screwdriver. So like the one that looks like a plus, or if you're using a drill bit, the second one down on the Phillips, the plus one. So we're gonna set these to the side. So that's one. Later on this channel, I will be repairing a 12 too, that we're gonna be giving a new back and a new battery to, and a new screen. It's a major overhaul with that phone. But you know, I have done them in the past with the 12s. I only did 111 before. And the notch display does look a lot bigger. You know, that is not very much a good thing. So now there's one little screw right next to like where the camera sensor is. We got to take that out too. That's the 0.6. Again. Why? Very small, and that's coming out right now. What did it take? It took out some kind of... It's weird. It took out some kind of... So this we got to be very careful with here. Alright, boom. Where did that come from now? I don't know. So yeah, so this screen is done. There were some plates. I don't know what those are about. Yeah, the old screen's done now. So now we're done with this old screen. It served its time. Now we're on the new screen. What I'm gonna do is get rid of those aftermarket labels. You could use preferably 70% cleaning alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and we're gonna kind of just put it on the Q-tip. See where it says like HY, boom, gone. And right here it says something. That one I think we can leave, but yeah, like right there, boom, it's gone. You can kind of still see it, but it's not even really that noticeable anymore. So yeah, we did a nice job here. It's actually not even there anymore. Wow. So yeah, we're here with the screen now, and you can bring, before we even put in the earpiece speaker, you can, and I do suggest you do test it out while it's here, just to make sure you know it works and everything. So let's hold down the power button, and right there, boom. See it there? So that means, yeah, we're good. We're good with this. We're on, and we're good. So now we can take this out again, and that means that our screen is functioning, because sometimes, you know, they could be defective where you connect it and half of it goes on or none of it goes on. That's called a defect, and if you have that issue, you can return it. So we're just doing a quick clean here. On what is a little dirty from, yet again, that water damage or my fingerprints. So yeah, so now we can set the screen back, the phone to the side again. And let's see here. So this thing we can kind of peel off. So yeah, let's get our sensor back. Where did this come from? This is weird. So yeah, let's take this out here. And now let's put this in here. Yeah, it comes with that. Okay, so we can just put this in. I don't know what that bracket is though. That's weird. Let's see. So, just on the earpiece. Oh. Okay, so we could put this right here. It's weird. It's a small little metal piece. It goes right in here. There we go. Boom. And now that's in. We can. Why did this fall off? So, with this, that piece is in. Okay. Now that that's in, we can put this in. take this off. And yeah, we're looking pretty nice here. This is going to turn into a pretty nice repair for our customer. So right here's, oh, these are the regular ones. So you always got to switch them, like just make them all the same piece. So now we can put this in. So this can go in one. And then we got two here. Let's see. Whatever, screw it down. So now we got our second screw here. We got another one. That, I don't know what that even is. There's a very small one here. Can we use our, no, these are terrible. What do you don't even. Yeah, there's like a, we don't even need it. So we're good. We are good. So now let's see if this is gonna go on here now. Let's make sure we didn't damage anything. Okay, we're good. So now before we even install the screen, we gotta put on our waterproofing seal. So the blue one, pull it out, boom. And now peel it off. Whoa. So yeah, so now we can just put it in here. Set it down in the corner. 1, 2, perfect. And now we can kind of just take our spudger. A little pry tool here. We can kind of just set it in. And just run it over. You run it down, push it down, and there it is. Looks pretty secure in the base. So now pretty much so now okay. Yeah, my phone died. So I don't know how much you missed, but what I think you missed is, you know, we did install the earpiece speaker, and I did just do the waterproof seal, which is pretty much, yet again, taking the blue, putting it down, and making sure it's all lined up. And now the phone, we tested the screen too, and the phone does appear to have power. So now we can kind of just reconnect our cables. And also, if you have anything to prop it up with, screen, do that. So now we are operating like this. And now we could take our screwdriver again, switch our bit back to the Y, take our bracket, bring it back over. And actually, while we're doing this, let's plug in our phone, because we gotta see more than just the charging sign. So let's put some power in. Yeah, okay, we got power. So now brackets in place. So we can take our first screw and put it back here. Second screw. Third one on the top. The fourth one. And then the fifth and final screw, which can go right in that hole there. And then we're going to take a Q-tip and quickly just dust this off here. Yeah, that's good enough, I think. And now we can just put it down. Yep, screen's on. Looking good. And now crunch it in. Boom, we're done. That's it. This phone is set. Whatever. So now we're gonna unplug it short term. Yay, we're good. We're on. So now we're gonna put in our, let's see, one more time here. Whatever. Now we're gonna put in our bottom 2 screws. This is probably not even gonna charge. But we're gonna take back our weird star one that we only use for the bottom one. Oh, that makes sense now. Yeah, but it falls. You know what? Never mind. First screw's going in. So there's the first screw, and then here's the second screw. Going back in, and then we're gonna let her charge up a little bit, and this phone will be good to go. And you know, we got a premium screen replacement, and they didn't want the back fix. Even if they did, it would have been a little difficult to do, but we're set. And now I'm gonna let it charge up, but I think I know this is pretty good because we got the battery symbol and, you know, charging ports working fine. So thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.